welcome to our channel. This is not a watch review or an unboxing video. It has been purely made to give you the facts about the watch itself. For example, case size, materials used, strap quality, movement, etc. I will even go into the details on how to operate the watch. You get the idea. This watch will also be showcased at the end of this video, so you will be able to see it in all of its glory. Please stay tuned for that. Up today is this really good looking watch made by Accurist. This particular model is numbered 7004. It sells from around £90 to £159 depending on the retailer. Obviously you will have to look around yourself for the best price. The watch featured here is pre-owned. Today after making this video, this watch among others will be for sale on eBay UK. The international seller is LinkTech 2011, whom I would like to thank for loaning this watch, enabling us to make this video. I will leave a link in the description below for anyone that wants to purchase it. This sports-inspired good-looking timepiece is great for both work or play. Powered by a Japanese quartz movement, more about that later. It also has a black round-shaped dial with date and day display with an accurate 1-second chronograph timing up to 5 hours. Supports 12 or 24-hour formats. It also has a tachymeter function. This might come in handy for some of you out there. It is water-resistant up to 100 meters. Made from stainless steel, this includes the case and case back. The case dimension is 45 by 12 millimeters thick. It comes on a really nice black leather strap with a high-quality stainless steel buckle fastening. The strap width is 20 mm with a length of approximately 245 mm. So people with larger wrists will have no problems getting it to fit. It also has a signed crown, as shown here. Small details like that always help towards the overall attractiveness of the watch. An anti-reflective coating has been applied to the crystal. This allows the dial to be viewed from most angles without having any compromising reflections. And here it is, on my hairy ape-like wrist. I am sure you agree looks really good. By the way, it's the watch that I am talking about. This watch fits my wrist perfectly, it feels very comfortable. I have worn this watch on and off for over a week now. I have to say that I sometimes forget that it's even there. Unlike some other watches that I have in my possession. Okay. Now we will focus on the dial itself. On the very outside of the dial here, we can see the tachymeter. As explained by Wikipedia. The function performed by a tachymeter is independent of the unit of distance, e.g. statute miles, nautical miles, kilometers, meters, etc. As long as the same unit of length is used for all calculations. It can also be used to measure the frequency of any regular event in occurrences per hour, such as the units output by an industrial process. A tachymeter is a means of converting elapsed time, in seconds per unit, to rate, in units per hour. I hope it made some sense to you. If it didn't, you are not alone, as it made no sense to me neither. It just looks very cool. It also has useful day and date complications at the 3 o'clock position, shown here. Now onto the chronograph functions. I will start with the top sub-dial. This measures time in lapsed minutes. The bottom dial measures time in lapsed 1-second intervals. This can run up to 5 hours. The vertical dial shown here displays the elapsed time from 0 to 5 hours. Also, if you notice, there are 4 screws placed around the edge of the dial, just under the tachymeter. They are half hidden by the outer ring. Not sure what I make of them. I really do not think that they need to be there. However, Accurist must think that these decorative screws add something to the presentation of the watch. Well, everyone to their own. Okay, now let's look at the hands. These are a very pleasing sword shape that is half painted red, and the other is polished steel. The minute chronograph hand, as you can see, is fully painted in a matching red color as well. This is the second counter chronograph hand. This one is a white color that contrasts well against a black dial. As with all the other hands, they are very easy to read. Moving on to the loom. The loom on this watch has been generously applied to the minute and hour hands, also to the hour markers as well. It is not the brightest among other watches. For what you pay for the watch, I think it is very acceptable. There is no loom on the second hand, and same goes for the chronograph hands. This is obviously not needed for simply telling the time in low light situations. The light stored can last up to half an hour, not great, but again this is acceptable. We are now moving on to the instructions and setup part of this video. Here I will show you how to use and calibrate the chronograph functions. I will even show you how to set the day and date display without causing harm to the watch itself. This is a very important thing to know, as not many people realize that you can damage the watch just by simply setting that day or date incorrectly. For this section of the video, to make it easier to understand, I have labeled the top pusher A and the bottom B. The crown has also 3 positions. This is shown as position 1, 2, and 3. Okay. I will now start the chronograph by pressing the pusher marked A. To stop the chronograph, simply press A again. And to reset it back to its home position, press the bottom pusher B as shown here. Don't worry if the chronograph hand does not return to the home position. This just means that it needs to be calibrated. Calibrating the watch is really easy. First, pull out the crown to the 3rd position. I apologize for blocking the view. It's a little awkward for me to do this one-handed and monitoring the camera at the same time. Now you will need to press the A pusher. This will move the hand either in small increments or by keeping pressure on the pusher. It will move the hand continuously around the dial. Let go of the pusher once it's moved to the 12 o'clock hour marker. Once you have done that, press the crown back into the 1st position. Congratulations. You have now successfully calibrated the chronograph function. Okay. Now we will change the day and date functions. You will need to move the hour hand away from anywhere between 9 p.m. and 3 a.m. This is to avoid causing damage to the watch. The reason for this is simple. The day-date gear for most watches begins to engage at 9 p.m. and does not fully disengage until 3 a.m., well after the date is changed. If you use the crown to change the date during the 9 p.m. 3 a.m. danger zone, you can damage the day-date gear or dial and earn your watch an all-expenses paid trip to the repair shop. To avoid this, I will pull out the crown to the 3rd position to adjust the time to roughly to 6 o'clock. I call this the safe zone. Now I can safely adjust the day and date display. Let's say, for the sake of making this video, today's date is Saturday the 22nd. Simply set the crown to the 2nd position and rotate it clockwise for the date and anti-clockwise to set the day. I would recommend that you set both of them to the previous day. For me, that will be Friday the 21st. Now pull the crown back out to the 3rd position and move the hands around the dial until the day and date changes to the actual real day and date. After you have done this, then you can set the watch to the correct time. This is done to stop the date changing at 12 noon rather than 12 at midnight as needed. Congratulations. You have now set the day date and time on the watch correctly without causing any damage. Now, let's open up the watch and have a look at the quartz movement. It's powered by a Miyota Cal.040S. These Japanese-made movements are well respected and very reliable, making this watch very good value for money. I can also say that I highly recommend it as a daily driver. Coming up next is the last part of this video. This is where we showcase the watch itself. I want you to just sit back, relax and enjoy it. I will speak to you again towards the end of the video. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Please comment and hit the like button, that helps this channel grow. If you like what you see, click on the logo to subscribe. Check out these other great videos shown here, there are plenty more to see. The more support this channel gets, the more content I will make. I will see you on the next video. Take care. From Watch Info Online.